70% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. And here is the part that surprises people. That includes people earning $60,000 a year, $80,000, even six figures. Now picture two coworkers, same office, same job, the same salary hitting their accounts on the same Friday. One of them feels calm and in control of his money. The other checks his balance, feels his stomach drop, and has no idea where it all went. Same income, same paycheck, completely different feeling. So it cannot be about how much they earn the same. It is about what their brains quietly do with the money, often before they are even aware of it. Today, you will see exactly what Drake does that keeps him feeling broke, and what Daniel does instead that has nothing to do with earning more. Let me start with Drake, because his story is the most common one in America. Drake gets a raise. Good news, right? This should finally help. So what does he do? He moves into a nicer apartment. He upgrades the car. He starts eating out a little more often. And 6 months later, Drake feels exactly as broke as he did before the raise. This has a name: lifestyle inflation. It is the quiet pattern where your spending rises automatically to match your income every time your income goes up. The raise vanishes before it ever reaches his savings. He is earning more and keeping nothing. And underneath that, there is a deeper psychological force at work. It is called hedonic adaptation. Here is how it works. A new thing feels exciting for a little while. Then it quietly becomes your new normal. And once it is normal, it stops feeling good. So you need something bigger to get that same hit again. That nicer car? It feels ordinary after about 3 months. So Drake starts eyeing the next upgrade. And the cycle just repeats. One purchase at a time, forever. I want to be clear about something. Drake is not stupid, and he is not weak. He is human. His brain is doing exactly what human brains evolved to do. The problem is that the same wiring that kept our ancestors alive is terrible for a checking account in a world full of one-click upgrades. But lifestyle inflation is only half of why Drake feels broke. The other half is almost invisible. Subscriptions? Let me give you a number that genuinely shocks most people. The average American thinks they spend about $86 a month on subscriptions. The actual average is about $219 a month. Sit with that gap for a second. That is $133 a month people are spending and not even aware of. Over a year, that is nearly $1,600, quietly leaving the account every month on autopilot. Drake is a perfect example. He has streaming services he forgot he subscribed to, a gym membership he has used twice this year, a software subscription from 2023 that still bills him every month for something he no longer uses. And he genuinely has no idea. That is not an accident. That is the design. Each individual charge is small enough to ignore. $12 here, $9 there, $15 somewhere else. Your brain rounds each one down to basically nothing, and there is a psychological reason you never cancel them. It is called present bias. The pain of canceling, finding the login, clicking through the cancel flow is right now, and it is annoying. The cost of keeping it is spread out into tiny future amounts that feel like nothing. So your brain always chooses I'll deal with it later, and later never comes. Small and forgettable is not harmless. Small and forgettable is the entire business model. So let me show you Daniel. Same salary as Drake, but he feels completely in control. And here's the key. None of what he does is about having more willpower. It is about setting up systems so willpower is not even required. First, when Daniel got his last raise, he did one thing before anything else. He saved 50% of it. He did not upgrade his lifestyle, he upgraded his savings rate. And because the money was automatically moved before it ever hit his spending account, he never saw it, so he never missed it. That is the whole trick. Make the good choice the automatic one. Second, Daniel runs a subscription audit every 3 months. He pulls up his bank and credit card statements, scans for every recurring charge, and cancels anything he has not actually used in the last 30 days. Last quarter alone, he found $62 a month he was quietly wasting. That is $744 a year, recovered, just by looking. Third, Daniel has one rule for impulse purchases. Anything over $50 that he did not plan for, he waits 24 hours before buying. And most of the time, by the next morning, the urge is simply gone. The thing he had to have turns out to be something he can easily live without. And finally, he removed his saved card from every shopping site. So when he wants to impulse buy, he has to physically go find his wallet and type the number in. That tiny bit of friction kills most impulse purchases before they happen. Here is the takeaway. Daniel does not earn $1 more than Drake. He just makes far fewer of his money decisions on autopilot and automates the ones that matter. So here is how you take back control. 4 steps. Step 1. Do a subscription audit today. Not next week. Today, open your last 2 bank and card statements. Highlight every recurring charge. Cancel anything you have not used this month. Most people find $30 to $60 a month hiding in plain sight. Step 2. Use the 24-hour rule. Before any unplanned purchase over $50, wait 1 full day. Write the item down and sleep on it. Most purchases that feel urgent today feel completely unnecessary tomorrow. Step 3. Save half of your next raise before you adjust your lifestyle at all. Set up an automatic transfer to savings the day the bigger paycheck first hits. Then spend what is left. Your lifestyle will not suffer because you never built it up, but your savings will quietly grow. Step 4. Make your savings invisible and your spending visible. Auto-transfer your savings to a separate account you do not check every day. And keep your daily spending on one card you do look at often. That is the reverse of what most people do, and it works. Because you stop seeing money you should not touch, and you start seeing money you should watch. Feeling broke is very often just the feeling of lost control. Take back a few small decisions this week, and you will feel that shift faster than you expect. This video is for educational purposes only and is not personalized financial advice. Subscribe. We post every day on topics that actually move your finances forward. Next, the budgeting system 47% of Americans are now using, and how to pick the one you will actually stick with. See you tomorrow.